Hello everyone, welcome to my channel and welcome to another edition of Color Combo Challenge. This is a challenge with my good buddy Gareth from Create at Home with G, Angie with AB Designs, and Tony from Kate's Crafty Closet. And Tony, I apologize to you. I have been saying your channel name all wrong. I've been calling you Kate's Crafty Cottage, but it's Kate's Crafty Closet. So anyway, this month our colors were navy, green, and gray. And I wanted to try to really think outside the box. You know, every month when I do these color combo challenges, I push myself to use only those colors. No other colors except for the colors that are listed. And so I kind of racked my brain this month. And I found this stamp set when I was going through my stamp sets. And I'm really trying to do more masculine cards. And I love this stamp set. Matter of fact, I got this from Gareth when he had his store, and I have been wanting to use it, and I haven't. So we're going to use this stamp set today, and of course we have our colors. Blue, I'm using a navy blue card base, and then a green mat, and then a gray mat, and these little pieces right here are going to be for our little sentiment. And so these are just standard sizes of A2 size card, which is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And then this one is about 1/8 of an inch smaller. And now this one, the gray one, I did cut a little bit smaller because I wanted to have some showing of the green on here. So it's about not quite 1/4 of an inch smaller, but somewhere in between 1/8 and 1/4. So, like that. Anyway, let's move on, or as Gareth would say, let's crack on. I'm also going to be using this embossing folder. I used it on my prototype, and I used this side of it. I didn't like the way it came out too much, so I'm going to try it on this side, and you'll see what I mean in just a minute. Then I'm just using a piece of scrap gray here, and I'm going to be using my stamp platform, and we're going to be stamping this. Let's see, and I'm using this because I want to make sure I get a good impression. The ink that I'm using is called Night of Navy. It's by Stampin' Up. And when I used to get the paper pumpkin kit, we'd always get an ink with each little ink cube each time we got an order. So I've gotten quite a few of these, but I had to quit my paper pumpkin subscription. But one of these days, I really like that subscription too. See, it's come out kind of light, so I'm going to do this one again. But I love how the Night of Navy shows up on the gray. That's better. I think I'm going to do it one more time, just for good measure. Around the edges of it. There we go. And I'm just going to set this aside to let it dry. And I'm going to get a baby wipe and wipe my platform off. And my stamp. Okay. Now all you people out there that do mixed media, when you're using your baby wipes and you get pretty colors like this, don't throw it away. Let it dry out. Because here's one right here that I'm going to be using on a project. And just pretty colors, something different. a different texture. So I'll put this back here and move this out of the way. Now I'm going to bring in my green mat, and this is what I was talking about. I used this side right here. I went to get an impression, but it didn't come out that great, so I'm going to be using the other side of it, the side that comes up from the bottom. I just want to get a little texture on this, and again I'm going to be using the Night of Navy, and I'm basically just putting it on the raised portions. If you've never done this before, it's quite nice. A good way to get an impression on your paper with ink without having to run it through the embossing machine. And you kind of have to do it twice so it doesn't come out quite as dark as you want it. So I'm going to put it right back where it belongs. I could run it through the embosser, but I don't. But I really don't want to do that. So make sure this is nice and straight where it was, and close it down again. And then I'm going to pick it out and squeeze it. Not that my hands are that great at this point, but okay, and see that coming out a little bit better that time. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but I can see it. Just a little impression of the clocks and stuff, and that's what I wanted. Clean this up. Make sure that you clean your embossing folder right away, so you don't want that to dry on there. Look at that pretty blue. Okay. Wipe this off my board. Alright. So we're through with that. Now what we're going to do is glue this onto the bottom, our card base. And I'm just using my art glitter glue. Just kind of eyeball centering that. And once you put it on the blue, you can really see where the embossing folder stamped over it. Well, okay. Now what I'm going to do is take my gray mat that's going to go on top of here. And you think, why did I do that? Because you can't even see it. But you will be able to see it because I'm going to lift this up on foam dimensionals. I'm going to get a piece of paper here. Now I'm going to do some stamping, tone-on-tone stamping. And I'm going to use these little cogs and stuff that was on the stamp set. Oops. Put them on my little 1-inch block. And I'm just going to random stamp. This is granite by Stampin' Up. Okay. Oops. Turn it over. Put it back in the right place. I'm just getting different shapes. I think I'll do a little one. And I'm stamping on and off the page. Now I'm going to go back in. I didn't do this on my other card, but I think I'm going to do it on this one and go back in with a little bit of Night of Navy in some places. Maybe on the edges, just to bring in some color. Not much, just a little bit. Okay. Now I'm going to set this aside and let that ink dry on that. And I'm going to take my scissors and we're going to fussy cut this out. And it is real easy to fussy cut. Okay, I'm almost through with this. And when you're fussy cutting, if you just leave your scissors still and move your paper, it's a little bit easier to do than having to chase around the paper with your scissors. Of course, if I get to a little tight spot, I cut it off like that and just trim it. Okay. This is going to go up on dimensionals on here. So, let's put some dimensionals on it. And I've already cut some in half for the bottom of it. And all I seem to have are little dimensionals right now. I don't know what happened to all my big ones. But I quite like these. Okay. And we're going to take this off and put it on here. Okay, so we're just going to leave this down right here. Alright. And then we're going to put some dimensionals on here, and I'm going to do that and I'll be right back. Okay, so now we're going to put this on top of our card base. And so you can see the little clock sticking out a little bit. Even if you don't see it that much, I like it because it gives it a layer of texture. And it looks like you have, you know, background paper back there. Now for the inside, I forgot to cut the inside, and I'm going to do that right now because I'm going to stamp the inside. And I'm just using this little cutter right here. Sometimes I use it when I don't want to have the big one out. It's quite convenient. And so I'm just cutting this down 1/4 inch smaller than the card base. No, I'm not. I'm cutting it down 1/8 of an inch smaller than the base. Okay, we're just going to put that in there. We're almost done. We just got to do our sentiment. And I want to do the inside of the, I have a little stamp for the inside of the card on the corner. To kind of give you an idea what's all going about on the green mat underneath. Okay. So I'm going to use the Night of Navy here. And this stamp set came with a little clock, a little watch stamp. So I'm going to use that. On the corner of the card. Now I'm not putting anything on the inside right now, because obviously I don't know who it's for. Just going to lift that off. Let that dry. And then I'm going to get our little pieces right here. And the little congratulations We're going to make this a congratulations card. Now this one right here, it gives you a wee bit of trouble lining it up because it wants to curve and I want it to be straight. So I am going to try to line it up on my grid and look at it. Make sure that congratulations part is straight. Alright. I really love this Night of Navy. And get my little dots out of the way. Line this up on my mat here so it'll be straight. Put that right down the middle. Okay. Pretty good. I'm not going to stress over it if it's not completely straight because you know it's handmade. And I'm just going to back this up on a little bit of blue card stock. And that is going to go in the front right there. I think I'm going to trim this down just a little bit. Just a wee bit. There. Fits better like that. We're going to put congratulations up there. And I'm not going to put dimensionals on it. And this just kind of brings in the blue and the green card from the back. Okay, so that is my card for this month's Color Combo Challenge. And this is my prototype here that I made. It looks very similar. I didn't put any blue on this one, and I quite like the blue on that one. But I did put the little stamp in the middle. And you don't see the little clocks hanging off the edge as much as you do over here on this one. So the rigid side was better. But anyway, I quite like both of them. So there is the Color Combo Challenge for the month. Please go over and check out everybody else's card. Now, I don't think Gareth is going to be joining us this month because he is having some difficulty with his hands. I would love it if he'd make me wrong, but anyway, please keep him in your thoughts because he was not feeling well. But check out Angie's and Tony's cards, and I know they will be doing something lovely. And don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel if you've not done so yet. Please help me get this video with some likes up there and some thumbs up because every little bit helps and YouTube will hopefully share my video with others. And don't forget that I am having a Stampin' Up! Party for Deb Houck. It runs to the 31st, and you can go over and check it out. I'll link her link below too. But you'll find Gareth, Angie's, and Tony's links below in the description box. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you all later. Bye.